Hey everyone, haven't made a video in quite a while. First obvious question out of the way. No, I did not cut my hair. I have it tied back because I did not get to shower anytime recently, so it's very greasy. But yeah, first order of business. Ronnie James Dio, often referred to as the godfather of heavy metal, in my opinion the greatest metal vocalist who ever lived, and arguably one of the best vocalists, period, in any genre who ever lived. Died Sunday morning of stomach cancer. Now, he was the inventor of the now famous devil horn sign that you see if you go to a metal show. Anyone who's not familiar with it, which I pity you. But, yeah, he was one of... I remember I did a video back in November talking about him getting diagnosed with cancer. Now, Ronnie was one of my few musical influences, well, musical heroes, whatever, who wasn't a guitarist. I actually got to meet him a couple times. He was the coolest, one of the coolest, nicest people you could ever hope to meet in your life. And I remember in high school I actually did a report on him, which didn't go over too well with my English teacher. So yeah, Ronnie James Dio, rest in peace, man. You had a good run. I'm actually going to talk about my few Dio albums at the end of this video. But first, on a darker note, cops in Detroit shot a 7-year-old girl to death. How did this happen, you ask? Well, police officers in Detroit were looking for a homicide suspect. So they busted into a house, and while in there, they shot a little girl to death while she was in bed. Now, they're trying to pass this off as like a tragic mistake or something. No. No, okay? Now, like, if someone has something that looks like a gun or is pulling their wallet out and a cop might think it's a gun and people get shot for that, which has been known to happen, there have been news stories about that, that is a tragic mistake, okay? Because, you know, police officers, they're trained to look out for themselves. Because if you think someone's pulling a gun out, you gotta shoot that motherfucker right there. But this is far beyond mistake. This is police stupidity and complete and utter bullshit. Now, anyone watching this video who's familiar with police conduct knows what I'm saying. You're honestly telling me that these guys, first off, they broke into the wrong house, which was the mistake. But then they bust down the door to this little girl's room, and while she's laying in bed, shoot her. So they broke into her room, and without even thinking, just started shooting the first human being or living thing that they saw. Are you serious with that shit? Where in their training? I don't even know what to say, because that's just a complete and utter bullshit. And, you know, they're going to get away with this scot-free, these stupid asses. They're not going to be charged or prosecuted with anything, most likely, because they're protected by a corrupt system. Not saying that these imbeciles were corrupt, but, you know, this day and age, there are a lot of corrupt cops out there. I mean, there's good, honest cops too, but the corrupt-ass and stupid-ass fucking cops outnumber the good, honest cops like 3 to 1. I'm going to post a link in the description that's now fucking down here to a news story about it. You know, tell me what you think about it. I think it's utter horseshit. Alright, Dio albums. I don't have them all, regrettably. This is probably his second most famous solo album, Dio Last in Line. It's got The Last in Line, which is my favorite Dio song on here. We Rock, that's a good one. What else is on here? Yeah, Evil Eyes, I don't know. Yeah, it's awesome album though. One of the times I met him, I should have like brought one of these for him to sign or something. That would have been worth a fucking fortune now, huh? Dio Sacred Heart, probably the most underrated Dio album. It has King of Rock and Roll, which is one of my favorite Dio songs on there. And Rock and Roll Children, I think that was a hit, wasn't it? And yeah, you know, it's a good one. Alright, CDs. This is Black Sabbath, The Dio Years. Awesome, awesome compilation. It's, you know, anyone out there even remotely into metal, just pick this shit up somewhere. You know, it's got the best Black Sabbath, aka Heaven and Hell songs on here. It's even got 3 new recordings, which were never released on any album. They were only released on this, so they're really cool. Shadow of the Wind is, by the way, a heavy as fuck song. I love it. And After All, too. Yeah, good shit. Here is Dio Metal Hits. It's got Rainbow in the Dark, Holy Diver, Last in Line on here. His 3 biggest hits from his solo career. But everything else on here, like most of it is like filler songs. I mean, We Rock and King of Rock and Roll, 2 awesome Dio songs, weren't on here. What the fuck? Of course, I really have no room to complain because I bought this at a music store for like $1, you know. Lastly, Heaven and Hell, The Devil You Know. Not really anything new or groundbreaking, but it's still a heavy-ass album. You know, this is really good. So yeah, that's all my Dio stuff.